it's Specialty here, and you join me with a GTA video. This being my first ever video onto the channel, and I decided that it is better late than never to get into making GTA videos, even though it's been 10 years since the game's out, but better late than never, eh? And in today's video, what I've got for you guys is a garage tour of my cars. Now, I'm not going to bore you with every single garage and car I have. However, I've selected 3 of my favorite. So, let's start with this garage. Now, the theme with this garage is actually of 2 different manufacturers, as you will now see. Alright, so we've got the infamous Audi versus BMW garage. Or in GTA's terms, Obeys versus Übermacht. So, the first car on this list we will start off is none other than what used to be my very own car in real life, a silver E92 BMW. In the game it is a Sentinel XS. Now I've basically replicated this car as close to the real life counterpart as possible. So it is silver with black accents. At the time I had a wrapped roof, black mirrors, splitter, chrome MB4 wheels, and a spoiler. And this is pretty much as close as it gets into GTA anyway. And to tie it off with my real life number plate, which is FE55 ELT, that some of you that know me in person will know. But yeah, this car has always been a favourite car of mine, well, one of my favourite cars in the game and in real life. And I'm so glad Rockstar actually brought this car into the game and done such a great job with the overall design of the car. Next up we have the Xeon Classic. Now, you know, this car again needs no introduction. It is based off an old BMW, I believe it's the E9, could be wrong, I shall correct it if I'm wrong. However, you know, there's no going past that this is one amazingly looking car. So sleek yet classy. It's got rear louvers that you would expect a modification of this car to have. It's lowered with flat black and a set of split rim wheels. Really don't need to do a lot with a car like this. They just look classy straight out of the gate. Next up, the car that you just seen me driving earlier is the M2, otherwise known as the Cypher. Now this, I've gone for an OEM Plus look. It is like an M2 comp, gone with the orange with black and carbon fibre accents everywhere. And these wheels are the closest I can get to the real life counterpart anyway. But yeah, such a good looking car and very aggressive. And with these low grip tyres, it's a handful. And up next we have the Oracle XS. OG GTA players will recognise this car. It's a car that's been in the game since day one. Now, the look I've gone for is more of a sleek transporter-like vibe, I guess you could say, if anybody knows the Jason Statham Transporter movie. A similar car, obviously he had a 7 Series or 5 Series, I think it was. Yeah, not 5 Series. But a similar vibe, black, chrome wheels, obviously it's got the factory chrome anyway. And it's a very smart looking car. Obviously not a lot of exterior modifications available to this car, but nonetheless I don't think it needs anything. It looks great as it is. And lastly, the last BMW in this garage, at least anyway, we have the Übermacht Rebel GTS in real life, basically the X5M. Now, I've gone for a pearlescent colour, so it's a metallic black with, I believe, a silver pearlescent, just so that it really highlights the streaks and the lines of the car, but still looking aggressive. Pretty much murdered out aside from the wheels. The safe maturing is realizing that silver wheels are better than black. But yeah, going for a bit of camber, which a bit funny on an SUV, but it looks gangster, so I thought why not? Obviously tinted out. Ow, flipping! Just whacked my knee onto this. Brilliant. Anyway, now we move on to the Audi section. And the first car to kick this off with is none other than the legendary Audi S1 Quattro in GTA, the Obe Omnis. Now, this is a very, very great handling car. Yeah, it's amazing for close circuit races. Sounds amazing as well, and yeah, not you know, it's an S1 Quattro. You can't really go wrong with it. So I've built it so a small rally spec with turbofan wheels. I believe everything else is pretty much standard. I think the wing is standard, if I'm not mistaken. It's all stripped out. Yeah, it's a rally purposeful build. Now the next car is quite the opposite. It's more of a show spec stance build, I guess you could say. This is the Audi R8 widebody, but in GTA it's the 10F widebody. Now again, Rockstar's smashed it with the design language, and it looks almost bang on. It's everyone's gonna know it's an Audi R8. So yeah, the theme with this car is satin black with chrome wheels and blue calipers. Not too crazy, but it does look nice. I was going to say when it's lowered, but fortunately I don't believe this car in particular you can actually lower. But it looks scenic when you throw some cinematic shots, which I shall do shortly. Next up is the Audi RS5. Now with this one I'm not too sure on the wheels. I was just playing around with the stance build. Probably will change it at some point. But I do like the colour. The colour's quite nice. Can't remember what I did to achieve this colour, but as you can see, it's a metallic blue with a pearlescent on top to achieve the colour. Now, again, not done too much, not gone too crazy with this car. It's got a nice cheeky spoiler on it, roof spoiler, diffuser, probably stock by the looks of it. However, side skirts I've added, lowered obviously, carbon mirrors. Yeah, clean Audi build. Can't really go too wrong with them. Another one is this RS3, also known as the Tailgater S. Now this is more of an ivory cream colour, running some split rim wheels. Again, going with that stancy vibe, with a nice carbon splitter. Shame I can't really go black out on the grille, but it still looks clean because it ties in with the wheels anyway. Got some more carbon on the mirrors, red interior, roof rails, which I don't know, I thought it looked kind of cool on this car, so thought why not. Just got a carbon diffuser and spoiler to tie it in, along with the cheeky plate. And last but not least, on this garage at least anyway, is the Omnis EGT, which in real life is basically the e-tron. Now this car looks amazing as well, straight off the gate. And I thought I'd just make it look that bit nicer with this nice almost British racing green with deep dish BBS style wheels, so chrome lip with the goldish bronzy centres. The red calipers really pop it as well. And then to tie it off, put a roof rack on there, not roof rack, a roof box, colour painted as well. It's got a nice little detail with the Obey Audi basically badging, and the white and black interior that really sets it off. So yeah, that's garage number one, which is the Audi and BMW garage. And now we shall move. So now you join me with the second garage, and I told you this one was going to be slightly different to the last garage. And yeah, as you can see, it's supercars. However, not just supercars, it's another versus garage. So it's the Lamborghini versus Ferrari. And kickstarting it off, we have the Torero XO, which is basically the new Countach. The colour scheme I've gone for is a flip colour, which is some sort of purple. It does really pop when it's outside the garage. It's just this garage lighting for some reason isn't the best. But yeah, we just have to work with what we have. I've kept it quite basic from the front, not really messed around or anything. It's got silvery chrome wheels, just so it can contrast with the deep purple colour flip exterior. It's got like a silvery white black interior, just so it can also again contrast. Now you'll notice it's got a fixed wing, which the new Countach at least doesn't have, and that's where things start to get a little interesting. Walk towards the back, and yeah, it's got a bumper delete and exposed twin turbos. So yeah, it's a bit of a crazy build, but I don't know. I think it kind of looks purposeful. The titanium tip exhausts kind of go with the purple as well. So yeah, I'm kind of digging this look at the moment. If I do decide to go back to the OEM look, I may do. But yeah, I've gone for a bit of a drag build, I guess you could say. Bit of a monster. Moving on, we have another Lambo. This time it's the Tempesta, which is basically, well, the look I've gone for, the Huracan Performante. Now, this one in particular, I've gone for a stealth look, and it's actually quite based off a popular car you'll see on YouTube by the name of DMO. This one is a very similar build to his, so it's satin black with copper wheels, which look similar. Not sure on the name, and it's got a fixed carbon wing. And yeah, it's a great looking car, handles amazing, and yeah, it just looks super aggressive and very Lamborghini. And then the last Lambo we have on this garage anyway is the original Countach. So that's the new one, that's the old one. Yeah, this one is a classic. You can't really go wrong with the Countach, and they've literally hit the nail on the hammer with this one. In design as well, it looks almost identical to the real life counterpart. From basically the angles to the portions, yeah, they've smashed it. I've gone for an OEM-ish look, obviously minus the BBS wheels, but I think it works well with this car. I've also put a mounted fixed wing, which, if you're a keen viewer, you'd know that the Countach didn't come with that from factory. Well, not until it actually rolled off the production line. They were then fitted after it's left. But yeah, I thought it needs a spoiler to complete the wild look of the car. And right, now we move on to another supercar, which is the Ferraris, best known as the Grottis. So this is the Grotti Turismo Classic, basically the F40. Yeah, this car is probably one of the nicest looking cars in game. It's an F40. You can't go wrong with an F40. Everyone loves an F40. But yeah, pretty much kept all these three red. So the Ferrari choice of colour is usually Rosso Corsa. These are pretty much Rosso Corsa. And yeah, build wise, I've gone for BBSs again. I just feel like classic cars like these, the Countach, having a nice chrome lip and a bit of a barrel showing, it with a bit of mesh style spokes. It's quite the look to go for, and especially a look that would have gone back in that era. So, keeping it purposeful. Yeah, it's got, I believe, a silverish interior, which is exactly the same which I've gone on the next Ferrari, which is the Cheetah Classic. This again is, another breathtaking real life Ferrari. Yeah, so same colour scheme, same wheels, but yeah, it just looks iconic and very Ferrari-esque. moving on, we have the last Ferrari and the last car of this garage. Well, technically we do have another 2 floors, but I've only got one other floor above organised, so I'll show you the second one. But yeah, we have the carbonizer. So this is a mix. The front end is a Ferrari California, but if we go to the back, it's more like a Zagato. But yeah, no, this is another OG car in the game, a day one release, and it's always been one of the prettiest cars in the game. And yeah, Rockstar have done another great job with making this car. And I like double clutching in this car. This car, for whatever reason, when you double clutch, it literally wants to get sent sideways. It just has a very distinguished feeling to other cars when you double clutch. I'll have to try and insert a video of what I mean. It becomes a handful, but very very fun car. So yeah, that wraps up this 6-car garage floor anyway, and now we shall move on to the next floor. Right, so now we are joining the second floor, and here we do have yet again more supercars. However, this time it's an array of different supercars. So starting off from the fleet is the iconic Progen GP1, which is also the McLaren F1 in real life. And with this particular build, I've kept it authentic to the poster McLaren F1 that I used to have hung up on my bedroom many years ago. And it's pretty much the exact same colour scheme they can get. Nice bright orange with the same style wheels, pretty much the same colour. I believe it's a gunmetal grey. White and black interior, just so it adds a bit of detail. Fixed black wing, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, another Halo car that I'm glad Rockstar added into the game. The McLaren F1's always been a distinctive supercar amongst car lovers, so that's awesome to see. Next up, we have a slightly different supercar, but nonetheless another famous and popular car, the Bugatti Chiron. In this game called the Nero. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the Bugatti. You don't want to say what cause of Bugatti. But yeah, this is the colour I've gone for. This one, which is black with red interior, and black wheels with red accents. So yeah, quite a, I'd say, stealth yet premium looking Bugatti, to say the least. Shame I couldn't really get rid of the chrome bits at the front, but I guess it does give it a bit of extra class, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's the Bugatti. Next up we have the Entity. I believe this is the MT. So yeah, Koenigsegg. One of the nicest Koenigsegg's in the modern era, in my opinion. Yeah, can't go wrong. I have to get the spied form anyway. It looks amazing. Gone for British Racing Green with a tan interior, and then contrasting that on the exterior we have chrome wheels that I think you would have seen on the original Koenigsegg Agera. So that's the kind of look I've gone for. It does have a bit of carbon fibre on the sides, the front. The front split is a bit big for my liking. However, I don't think there was any short one, so this one will have to do. But yeah, such a very nice looking car in general. Next up, we have the Feltzer. Now, this is another OG car in the game. Always been one of those cars that you just look at and you just want to own and just appreciate. But yeah, this in real life is the SL65 AMG. Obviously, in real life, it's basically a supercar, so that's why I've put it up on this showroom. yeah, I've gone for an OEM look with this car. Gloss black, obviously with the accents it has, but I've also kept it purposeful. So I've gone for the most AMG like wheels you can get, which is a set of these wheels. Not too sure on the name, but they are a fairly new wheel option, and I think it complements this car very, very well. Yeah, the detail in this car is pretty insane. The wide body as well. Next up, we have another Bugatti. Yeah, and another black one. I think you can't go wrong with this car. This one is the Adder, the original Bugatti in the game. Now, this car, in my opinion, has aged like fine wine. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but genuinely, this car has. It's it's been one of those iconic designs that just gets better the more you look at it. And I thought just to spruce it up and bring a bit more of a modern twist to it, I've added a newer set of wheels that's just been available. So yeah, it kind of brings the car up a little bit. I will upload a footage of what it looks like stands to the ground because it looks a bit raised here. It looks a lot nicer. And it's even a car recently took out as a Flush Family car meet. So yeah, it's a great car, and I think I only just recently reacquired it. But yeah, next up we have the Wagner. Now this is honestly possibly, in my opinion, the best supercar in races. If you're doing track racing or whatnot, this car handles like it's unreal. It's something else. Very confidence inspiring. In real life, this is basically the Aston Martin Valkyrie concept. Now, yeah, the design language on this car is just bliss, honestly. And the color scheme I've gone with, you can't really go wrong with any color, I don't think, in this for this car. But I've gone for like a metallic-y, pinky purple. Obviously, it's got the carbon fiber everywhere. Pretty much the whole car, isn't it? Even the wheels. And it's got a little copper accent just to give it a little extra dash of colour. Not that it needs any more, but yeah, I think those two colours go hand in hand. And yeah, a great car to own, especially if you like GTA races. You won't be losing many if you can handle this car. And the last car on this row, anyway, is the Comet S2. Now, this is none other than Porsche 991. We could even say 992. Let me double check the rear lights. Yeah, I mean, this kind of join up, so yeah, technically it'll be a 992. Yeah. Carrera Turbo S, but you can even make it resemble a GT3 RS, which is kind of what I've done. I've kind of gone for a very Porsche look, so the Porsche style, GT3 style wheels. It's got the orange with a sun strip that would normally say Porsche, obviously GTA, so it's Pista. Comet S2 on the side, and it's even got the gold, copper, what you want to call it, calipers, which for a Porsche in real life would make it having carbon ceramic brakes, which this probably would anyway. Again, this is another car that I've done a rear bumper delete, exposing the exhaust system. I think this one even has twin turbos hiding. I'm not too sure. I know GTA likes to do twin turbo bloody exhaust systems as well, so it probably does have it hiding somewhere. But yeah, that's the second supercar showroom, and I actually have one more to show you guys. You now join me with the last garage of the video, and this one actually probably being one of my favourite garages that I currently have. As you can see, the theme is all JDM, and in real life I am quite a JDM fanboy, I guess you could say. So yeah, this is my garage full of all the JDM greats. So I shall now kick it off with this being the what's it called? The Remus. So this, as you can know, is based off the S14, well 13 really, era Silvia. So I've gone for a drift build. As you can see, it's all white, white on white. Road style wheels, kart style bucket seats, zone strip. You can see boost gauge coupled with. I'm trying to find the NOS bottle. Pretty sure there's a NOS bottle hiding there somewhere. No, probably isn't. Another car. But yeah, either way, this means means business. It's a drift missile. It's an F-13. It does on fat skids, and yeah, quite clean at the moment. It doesn't look like it's tapped any walls lately. But yeah, I shall update you later with that car. Next up, we have the Z. Sorry, I was going to call it the R350, but it's a bloody Euros. Yeah, no, this is basically the 350Z. Sorry, 370Z game. Going for the Nismo look. So light blue, Nismo style spoiler with a diffuser, static number plate. It doesn't really sit static, but I think it's on a default setting. I'm sure once it's taken outside the garage, it'll be lowered. But yeah, I really like this car. I'm not a fan of the way it handles. I try to go sideways and it just snaps all the time. So it's not amazing if you want to try and do some drifts, but not to worry, because this next car is perfect for drifting. This is the Futo. To be fair, it's a different iteration called the Futo GTX. Now, this is a build I've gone for, which is the Driftworks A86 in real life. So a very popular, in the UK at least anyway, drift car. I've gone for the orange and black, black wheels with the tyre writing, JDM style number plate. It's got pop-ups, which obviously won't show whilst it's parked up, but I'll insert a little clip later to show. But yeah, it's a really fun. Oh yeah, this is the one with the NOS. This is the car with the NOS bottle, not the S13. But yeah, this car is really, really great for drifting. Even the original Futo as well, that you can pick up on the street. Great drift car to begin with anyway. And yeah, you can even do some tofu runs if you're feeling skillful. Yeah, next up, this car needs no introduction anyway. It's the LG Retro Custom. As you can see, it's a combination of different skylines. The front end is that of an R33. The overall proportions and chassis is of an R34. And the rear is like an R32. So yeah, the best of everything, the best of Godzilla's. And I've gone for a very clean build with this one. As you can see, it's lowered, it's on the BBS style wheels. Gone for a V-type bonnet that you would normally, V-spec, bonnet that you would normally get on the R34. It's got an OEM style front splitter, exposed intercooler, painted grille. If you look inside, it's got kart seats again. Again, another car that means power, serious business as well, with a NOS bottle. Yeah, it's Godzilla. It's going to be smoking a lot of unexpected cars. And here up next we have, personally, one of my favourite cars, not just in the game, but in real life. The Honda S2000, better known in GTA as the Dinker RT3000. Ignore the ride height. I don't know why the default settings when it's in a garage it's raised like a monster truck. I can assure you that's not the ride height that I'd be cruising in, especially in this car. Ow, just whacked my knee on this. Wow. Let's see if I'm missing a 10mm. Okay, no. Oh, maybe get back to that later anyway. But yeah, so back to the S2000. I've gone for a clean look, clean build. It's white with a red interior. Honestly, a red interior on these cars is a must. Whether it's a black car with a red interior, white, whatever. Red interiors on an S2000 is a must. But yeah, I've kind of kept it semi-modified. So the front end is based off an AP2 from bumper with a little lip. It's got slightly aftermarket wings, not too sure the name in real life, but it's one that you'd normally come across on a track style build or a B-road bashing build. Gone for some chrome inspired rotor wheels, aftermarket carbon wing mirrors. Now you'll notice this one doesn't have a hard top or the convertible soft top. It's been removed and gone for more of a CR look with the little bits there. And also we have the CR spoiler just to tie the whole build together. And again, rocking my infamous plate. This is a car which I do hope to own in the future one day as well, so look out for that. And next up, on the other side of the JDM fleet, we have the Dinka Prostrolude, which is basically a Mark 1 Honda Prelude. Now, I've gone quite simple with this build because you can do a million different builds with this car, endless builds, but I thought I'd keep it classy and clean. So I've gone for a red, some nice bit of camber, why not? Little stick out pea shooter exhaust. The Enzo style wheels, which to be fair I could have put on the Enzo from the previous garage. But yeah, I've also, it's got a nice spec, this one. Sunroof, lovely jubbly. Tan interior, yellow headlights. Yeah, a very smart looking car. Don't really drive it, but it looks nice. Next up, we have another GTA great. So this car is none other than the Sultan RS. Now, we were obviously first introduced to this car back in GTA 4. And yeah, this car is just an OG car. Really gone for a bit of a street build with this one. So I'm not sure the name of this flip colour, but I think it suits this car a lot. So I've gone for a similar spec interior to some of the other cars. It's got the Takata style racing seats. Front end, it's basically got canards, exposed intercooler. Gone for, I think there's a flip iridescent colour that you can get for the wheels. Not too sure what I think about them now. At the time I just thought let's try it, it's free. So I might come back to that later. I mean, from here it looks chrome, that's kind of cool, but yeah, I might change it later up, I'm not too sure. But yeah, this car's also pretty fast. It's actually in the supercar category, so it will gap a fair bit of supercars, unassuming supercars anyway. So yeah, not slow by any means. Next up, we have the Dinka Kanjo, Blister Kanjo. Funny enough, I've actually gone for a Kanjo style spec for this anyway, that you see in Toge runs or just blasting around in Japan. So yeah, I've gone for the white with this kind of like the Dinka style livery. Realistically, it's a Kanjo livery. That would normally say Buddy Club or No Good Racing stickers all over the car, but we get the GTA equivalent. It's on some RPF ones, inspired wheels. Probably lowered a bit more than it should be if it's going to go for street racing, but I thought it was cool, why not? Roll cage, stripped out with some bright seats. Obviously it's a blister. You can do clean builds, track builds, Kanjo spec builds. The choices on this car are endless. And moving along, we have the Toyota Supra Mark IV, which is the Dinka Jester Classic. I know in the game is it funny, the Jester should normally be the NSX if we go back to San Andreas, but here it is. Hopefully they do bring the OG NSX back into the game. But yeah, this is my Jester Classic. I've gone for quite a normal build, I'd say. A clean, not any face builds, or flat black with two-piece silver wheels, the iconic Superstar spoiler, and body kit that would go along with it, and that's about it. Obviously, the car is pretty fun to drive. Put it on some low grips, so yeah, the back end loaders wanted to twitch out. But yeah, another great car I'm glad Rockstar brought into the game. Which also leads me on to the last car of the garage and also the last car of the video, being the ZR350. So yeah, by the name you would assume it would have been that car, but it's not. It's this car, the RX-7. Now, yeah, this car I've gone for more of a Spirit R look in real life. Also similar if you watch Initial D. I've gone for that kind of ish, like an evolution of that car as well. But yeah, this I'm going for a nice bright yellow with some chrome wheels. Again, JDM style seats, sunstrip, the lot, but it's more of a clean look. Again, it's got pop-ups, but you won't see it in the garage. I will insert a picture, or I say picture, a little cinematic of the lights in motion, if I don't forget to. But yeah, another clean car, and firstly another one of my favourite go-to JDM cars in GTA. But yeah, that has been all three garages, well, one of many garages I have. But yeah, that's for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and keep notifications on if you'd like to see more, which I will be uploading. So yeah, that about wraps it up. I shall catch you guys on the next one. Peace.